Hey guys, my name is Zediac and welcome back to another episode of CanalTown here in City Skylines, where last episode we implemented the first set of metro lines within the city and they've been highly successful. Now, I don't want metro to be the main mode of public transport. I just kind of wanted to complement the ferries to get people moving about so we can get them to the destinations a lot quicker and really grow CanalTown into the megapolis. Well, it's not really going to be one of those. Easy, boy, easy. But the city that we know it can be. Now, today, I want to add a couple of extra metro lines in. I want to kind of review the ones that we currently have. And at the same time, we got to see we've got to see how much it takes away from the ferry lines and just to adjust them accordingly so we don't have any more canal jams in the mean canals of CanalTown. But if you are enjoying the series, make sure you smash that like button down below, and if you are new around here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when more episodes do come out. But we're back, boys. Here we are. Now, it's a beautiful system. We have this main little hub just here right now, which is absolutely freaking glorious, which has a bunch of options for us going all different types of directions, and we've got 2 lines on the go. Now, one of them goes really, really far. Some of you guys weren't really happy with how close some of the stations were, like these ones here. But the main point of it is this is for the nature reserve. There we go. I was going to call it a zoo then for a second. This one here is mainly to be more for this area here because of the big road that we've got dividing them. To get to this one, you got to walk all the way down and all that jazz. And this one's mainly for this area here. But it's all okay because eventually we could turn one of these into a crissy-crossy kind of one and have another line going this way down, which connects to other lines. So it does give us options for the future. And obviously we got another one that goes all the way through the airport as well, which is quite exciting. Now, I want to get a few more in. I want to get one that is going to run over to this industrial area over here. Run down, connect through, and then another one to go through all this to end over in this industrial area. And I'm not too sure where I want the next one to go. We'll kind of see what happens with that. But we're already getting quite a few people utilizing them, which is it's quite exciting. One of them's got 600. The second one's got 1 over 1,000. So this one right now, we've got the metro trains that have a 500 capacity, and this one does perfectly. It's got probably the perfect amount of trains on it right now, and we should have no issues with that. But line 2, on the other hand, this has got again, I think that's the perfect number as well. But we're just transporting so many people, which is kind of crazy. So we'll come back to that in just a moment anyway, and kind of see what's going down. But let's add our I'll say our first one of today, but our third metro line overall. And then we'll take a look at some of the ferry lines and how much we've kind of taken away from the passengers. So, we're going to go to our metro stations right now. We're going to keep it nice and simple, nice and basic. And we're going to pretty much utilize this one that goes across this way. So, in reality, just as we're going out, do I want one just as we're going out? Or is that station a little bit too close for comfort? I'm going to say no, it's not too close for comfort, and I do want one going kind of out. And I'll place it just there. I want to bring one up to this way, so there is some shopping within this area. Also, this would be a good one, again, another one for people to go to the university, even though we already got one there anyway. But as they're kind of cutting through, we're then going to get it to run down here. So there is a park in that area as well. So we get to run down there. And then we're going to get to bend going up. So I want to try and get one for this area as well. Now, what's the bend there going to be like? I think the bend there is going to be fine. I'm trying to get it in areas that make the most sense. And then we'll get one that just simply ends just here. So a little bit of a wiggle bend that it has to go through. But that should be fine. And then as we're going out this way. Now, I could clip somewhere here before we cross over, and we have quite a few little ferry kind of connections just here, so this might be perfect to squeeze one in just there. Bam, boys, ba-bam. So come straight for that. Oh, is there room for one more? Now I'm pushing, they are quite close, but I'm pushing boundaries. I'm trying to give us more coverage. So then we're going to go straight across here, which will get one right on the corner there, which is good for the stadium and everything else kind of around us right now. We'll then cut across and have another one near the park area. Right near the entrance as well, so you might get more people walking through the park to get to where they need to get to. We'll get one more just as we're about to leave this area, which gives us a bit of a coverage from around there. And do you know what? Actually, forget that one. We'll integrate this one within here. So if I drop it there, and then we're going to literally do a 90-degree turn and end it within this. Actually, no, I'm going to get two in. I'll get in one just here for this industry area. And then we'll push one just over to here as well. So even though we've got the bus route kind of connecting around, it's also going to connect because there's a stop right there for that metro line. So it kind of all works out in the end. Weirdly enough, it kind of all works out in the end. But now I've got to do the painstaking task of getting them all connected without any issues. Now, if I can remember correctly... Oh, hang on, what's going on here? If I can remember correctly, it's fine to connect it through canals. It's just a bit of an issue when you go across the water, right? So if I implement you... Am I right in saying that? No issues when it comes to canals? Yes. We are all good. Alright, let the real fun now begin. So, try and maximize these bends. There we go. Some are going to be super easy. Some would like to be a bit of a kerfuffle. So this is where we have to pause it now. This is where we're going to see the first bit now stick up. So if I come back to that in just a moment, we go there into here. Beautiful. There into here. Nice little wiggle bend. From there into here. I was almost going to go straight across them for a second. Alright. One more maybe? Yeah. Bam. And then from there across into here. It's completely created like a dam for the whole of the river right now, which is hilarious. Right, we'll go to there. From here, we'll go to there. Now, this might become more utilized than the other one. This could be the most popular one. But it does give me options eventually from having crissy-crossy routes, but it's a case of how much do you want to utilize it is the issue then, isn't it? It's how much do you want to utilize it all? So, let's just now quickly get rid... Well, not get rid, but like lower how much you can visually see it. There we go. The other one is then just here. Get rid of all the issues. Yes. And I think the last one is just here then, isn't it? Yeah. Now, we might have an issue here. Because of the sheer height of it. Yeah, I reckon we get away with that. So that's all good then. We just now got to implement the line its actual self. And then we shouldn't really have any issues. He says. There's always issues, boys. There's always issues. So if I start here then. And then we'll work our way backwards. Bam. So there's actually quite a few stops on this run when you kind of think about it, right? There is actually quite a few stops. Bam. Oh, a little bit of a lag then. What happened? That was some serious lag there from CanalTown. Right, I actually can't complete the line there. I've got to come back and add an additional station. I just realised I should have started at the end of the line. Right. 2 more now. So, bam. Bam. And then back again. Did that even add in? It did now. Bam. Bam. Wah-bam. Here and here. I'm just going to add that additional one just there. So that's quite, again, that's quite a big line, which I feel like this now might be the most utilized one. And there kind of are in some strategic areas as well. You got the stadium nearby, you got the park nearby, so hopefully you see more use of this area. Now, we'll give this one a couple of minutes to kind of be in full effect, so where we can really see it actually happening. But at the same time, we're going to make sure that it's got the 500 capacity metro vehicles on it. And then we'll see what happens. Oh, it's just exciting, isn't it, boys? So while we're waiting for that to build up then, should we try and add in a little bit more residential and try and push ourselves to the lucrative 150,000 population mark? I think that might be the question. So where do we build? Do we finally build around this area? And if so, what density do we do? I feel like it's all going to be low density if I build within that area. Is there anywhere I can throw some high density in? Ah, here. Okay, we'll go here first. So let's kind of build with this area first then. If I go row, bam, because I want to use that beautiful style of road. Normal height. But if I use the parallel tool, invert it, and then 70, 80. We'll go for 80. No idea if that is the right angles that you would want. 80. And is another 80 too much, you reckon? Yeah. Yeah. That's, I mean, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. So what I was going to originally do anyway is I'm going to create a little connection directly into there and then just bring it directly down. Keeping that road there free to flow. I mean, technically there is a bridge there, so I don't know whether there is room for a slight wiggle when it comes to this. There we go. And then keep it like ended like that. There's no need to create a crissy-crossy there to keep that road slightly free. So it all kind of works out. It all works out. And then, does it have the water? Yes, it does. Power is coming from there, which is perfectly fine. So let's go residential then. If I squeeze residential here now down. Oh, pause. I want it high density, don't I? Alright, high density. Now, hoping this will be what is needed for the 150,000 mark. And I'll only put residential in here. I'll only put residential in here. And then we'll see what happens with all of this. We'll just see what happens. Right, okay then. So, now that's doing its business. Do we have much more going on these lines? Okay, so now people are starting to use line 3. Well, what is now known as line 3. There's already a couple of hundred people. Oh my goodness me, that one's really maxed out. That one will get maxed out on the next stop. Where are you? So that's coming down to here right now. And with that, yep, there we go. 500 on there right now. So it will get maxed out the first time it obviously runs. That's, you know, there's no question about that. But let's see how much it's kind of taken away from some of the ferry lines at this point. So 3,000. We should have checked how many passengers we had a week on ferries before we did all this. But look at this one right now. 43. Not too many going on, is there? Right, if I do it by line name, I've got 22 vehicles for 188 passengers. Something does not seem right there, does it? No, 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 no. So I'm going to bring that down to 10 vehicles. Because there's not a capacity for that, is there? There is not a capacity for it. 20 vehicles for 175? No, 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 no. I'll go with 8 for that. Even that still might be too much. 31 vehicles? Well, I say vehicles, they're boats. I mean, some of them do have like 50 on people on. But I reckon I can definitely bring that down to about an 18. So that's a glorious amount we're changing. I just wanted to see, you know, the stuff where we have lots of boats on. 33 on this one. Yikes. Bring it down to a 14. It takes a lot of boats off right now. Can I sort it by yeah, I can. Oh my goodness me, that is a lot, isn't it? Right, those numbers are dwindling. Is that a number that I've changed recently? 23. We'll bring that down to an 18. Right. Only slight adjustments, but we'll see what happens in the long run with that. But there was a lot of boats in some of those lines, wasn't there? There was a lot of boats that was not needed. Granted, some of them had nearly the 50 passengers on board of those boats. But some of them were not needed, boys. Some of them were technically not needed, so yes. Crazy. How's this now? Look, oh my goodness me. Passengers on all levels. Over 1,000 people this has been serviced lately. Passengers on all the levels, boys. I love it. I really do like this. This is kind of cool. Now, if we were to add an additional one in, now, my options are the middle one here, and then we have that one. So the middle one there would run down to here and go down in that direction. And then it will kind of come maybe this way and then scoot it up to the ore industry. Yeah. And it really only leaves us then with one more potential line. Wow. Okay, so if I was to utilize it, for example, I could add an additional station just there. Quite close by to these, but it just picks up the last remaining passenger. There is an additional one thrown in as well, which I think for that one, the slope is too steep. That one you're probably looking at there. So them two there for those two lines. One will go across obviously to here, giving us a stop outside of the adventure park area, and then would have a stop just there. I'll have a stop just there, and in reality I could just end it there, or could have one last one here. I think I'll just end it there. Now this one would come and have a stop just there, and I reckon we then just literally end it here, and that's it. So that's where those two would then run to. Then we'll have one coming out for now, so coming out there, which I think it's more important to have it on maybe this side or running through. I mean, there's bridges both sides you can kind of utilize. So adding that there. So first stop straight into here. The other one that runs alongside it will be more geared up to over this side. So there, and then the next one will be there. So this one I'd place here. So it kind of does a little jig. And then literally go up in that direction. So I'd have you here. And literally end it. I mean, this is all the worker barrack stuff here, so I reckon we'll just end it there. And be done. Whereas this one here... Ooh. Because we have nothing running down in reality this direction. So that's where that's going to end up running, isn't it? That is where that's going to end up running. So, we're going to have to try and turn it for a stop. Is that too close? I'm going to try and get a stop here. To then turn it for a stop there. Because this is the university as well, which will be quite important. To a stop just there. So the stops are in place. The stops are in place to where we want to run them. So we're pretty much all geared up. We know exactly where they're going to go. We're just going to add the lines and the tunnels in and kind of get it all connected. So we know where that's going to run. So that's kind of now set up the rest of the metro lines. And look at that. It was, last time we checked the boats right now, it's 3.9. It's now 3.2. The metro is going to overtake it at some point. Oh my goodness me, this line 3. Line 3. Killing the game. Killing the game right now, boys. This is crazy. Now, I know we're not going to be making money on our public transport. I know this. But if we was... Could we? I mean, no. We're not going to. It's a lot of cash. We've got to give it a lot more time as well. But that could be interesting. So... next episode then, guys, we'll get those last 2 lines all implemented in. I feel like I'm being teased with this 150,000 population mark. We need a bit more commercial industry coming in. Zoning-wise to kind of, you know, bring those demands up a bit more. We are awfully close. Well, what's going on here then? Is there something stuck? Right, you will now move. That one plane was slightly stuck, which has made, there's probably like 50 planes here all merged in one, which is not good. So we'll end it here, guys. We've done some configuring, and these numbers are going to consistently keep changing. These numbers will consistently keep changing. 23 on line 18. We don't even need that. Oh my goodness me. So we should see some big changes to the boating network, especially within here. You can already see right now there's less boats. I mean, there's still a lot of boats going through the little center area, but there's less, in general, less backlog, meaning they get to the harbors or the ferry stops a lot quicker than normal. So it all works out in the end, in reality. It does, in reality, all work out in the end. But we'll end it for here, boys. We'll end it for here. We got some big expansions still to do in the next episode, and once I've done that metro line, we'll go back to our usual expansions and get things rocking and rolling. But until next time, I'll see you all soon. So goodbye.